Hello, Black women. You are beautiful, you are priceless, and you deserve more. It is Friday night, date night. Don't get got. Come on in. I am giving away 50 copies of my best-selling ebook, The Top 10 Questions to Ask a Man Before You Have Sex with Him. This book, what was I getting ready to say? This book is keeping women from getting played all over the world. An Amazon bestseller. It's very simple, very short read. I'm giving away 50 copies, but the top 10 questions to ask a man before you have sex with him. Ladies, you must get in his head before you get in his bed. Welcome to Black Women Who Want More. We are an actual offline women's social empowerment group. We are launching BWWM Academy. I am a certified life coach, dating strategist. Honey, you need a strategy. You're out here dating randomly. You must date strategically and love intentionally. Now, Valentine's Day is coming up. Don't get got, right? You don't want to be the one that he's taking out on the 13th or the 17th. You know what that means. That's side chick day, right? We want to start asking the right questions because the right questions are going to lead you to the right situation, okay? So come on in. It's date night. Let's talk about this relationship dilemma. Let's talk about dating. Let's talk about what's going on out here. And I want to give away 50 copies of my ebook. I just want to give it away. I want you guys to have it. I want you to read it because it's so simplistic, yet it's so powerful. Now, let me tell you what I see. This is what I see. As a dating strategist, I have to be observant. I have to watch the times. I have to know what's going on. And this is what I see us doing. And when I say us, I mean Black women. Because this is Black women who want more, right? So I'm talking about what I see us doing, what I see going on in our dating culture. So this is what we do. Now tell me if I'm lying, okay? First of all, we're going into relationships butt first. Booty butt first backwards. We are trying to develop intimacy backwards by giving men physical intimacy and then laying around hoping for emotional intimacy, and we're not getting it. So it goes a little something like this. He takes you out on the first date. He takes you out on the second date. He expects to hit it. You feel the pressure. You're sleeping with him. Date 2, date 3. Maybe even you wait a whole 30 days. Maybe dude lets you get away with waiting a whole 30 days. But he's pressuring you. The expectation is there. There are men who expect to sleep with you without a date. They're coming up in your inbox, coming up in your DM, coming in your cell phone, talking about Netflix and chill, WID, WIA, before they even know your middle name, your date of birth, or your favorite color. They're trying to come to your house. They're trying to come to your house and hit it and quit it. So if you allow them to even skip the dating process, they will skip the dating process. But most gentlemen, or most who are pretending to even be a gentleman at all, will take you out on 1 date or 2 dates. Because the number one thing when a man meets you, and this is men out there, I'm telling you, these men aren't single. They're not single. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that in just a minute. But he meets you, he's interested in you. And so the very first thing on his mind is, how much money do I have to spend and how much effort do I have to put out to get the booty? How much money do I have to spend and how much effort? Is this one with high self-esteem and high standards? Am I really going to have to take her out on a date? Am I really going to have to spend money, or can I get away with not spending money? Can I get away? What is the least that I can do to hit it and quit it? Or to hit it and see if I'm interested? And see, what you guys have done is you have put yourself on the taste test menu. It's like, oh, it takes a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And like, you know how when we go to the mall and they're walking around with these trays and it's like, have a taste, and then decide if you really want to buy this some little meat on a stick, and you take one and then you throw the toothpick away and walk away, because that's what these guys are doing. You are a taste test. We are setting ourselves up to be a taste test. And so here's what happens. So you go out with them, right? Now you're not really asking any significant questions like the questions in the book. So you're not getting to emotional intimacy. You're not establishing a true connection. It's just the regular, oh, what do you do? What do you like? Do you have any children? Blah, blah, blah. You may laugh about current events. You may connect a little bit. And then before you know it, you're in bed with him. First date, second date, third date. You're in bed with him before 30 days. But guess what? You're not in a relationship. A relationship, and that's what you know that you want, but that's not what you're getting. So he's getting you into bed, he's getting his needs met, because let me tell you the hierarchy of needs of a man. Men love sex, their money, and their freedom. Sex, their money, and their freedom. They're getting the sex. They're hanging on to their money, not spending very much money on you guys. You guys aren't getting those kind of dates you used to get back in the day, right? They're going to spend a little bit of money, 1 or 2 dates. Now they're getting sex. You don't have access to their money, and they still have their freedom. Women desire love, security, right? Love, security, and commitment. Well, you're meeting all of their needs, and your needs aren't being met. Now, maybe your sexual needs are being met, and maybe they're not. But most women desire more. Most women want intimacy. So this man has sex. He has his freedom. You have no access to his money. He's not spending money on you. Basically, probably not paying your bills. None of that, right? And so you are not successfully negotiating the equitable exchange of needs. I'll just say something. I just said something right there. And so what we have to do, if we truly want love, we have to start dating strategically. And that's what we're not doing. And so here's what's happening. Now tell me if I'm lying. If you detect a lie, I want you to say lie detected. No lies detected. I want you to say no lies detected. So we're sleeping with this man on second date, third date, 3 weeks in, 2 weeks in, 30 days in, whatever, right? Now we're wondering, because now we're catching feelings. We think he may like us, but we're not sure. He won't update his status. He won't post you. All the little stuff that shows you. He texts you sometimes, maybe not. He's not consistent. And you're wondering, where is this going? You're sitting around waiting to be chosen. I call it picked out of the kitty litter. Because basically he has his, I don't want to say the word because it's Facebook. But he has his kitties lined up because he's not single. And see, this is what I mean by he's not single. Every man that you meet is having sex with somebody. He's in a sexual relationship. I guarantee it. Unless he comes out and tells you he's celibate or he's abstinent or he hasn't had sex in 90 days or 6 months or a year or whatever, he is having sex with the ex, with some girl that thinks she's in a relationship with him that he's not committed to. See, when a man says I'm single, it simply means I'm not committed to anyone. But the reason why he doesn't call you, he only texts you, is because he's with the other girl. See, what he's doing is what I like to call vaginal transition. Men love consistent, convenient sex. And no man is going to give up consistent, convenient sex because he just met you. He's just going to start having sex with you while he's still having sex with her to decide which kitty he wants to pick out of the kitty litter. And maybe eventually you'll be the kitty that wins. But in the meantime, he's sleeping with her, he's sleeping with her, he's sleeping with her, and he's not telling you that. And so you're going down this emotional road, but you're going down this emotional road in the dark because you have not asked the right questions. And so many times you get played and you feel like you've been lied to. This man didn't lie to you. You did not ask the right questions. You did not ask the right questions. I'm giving away 50 copies of this book tonight because I want you guys to read it. The top 10 questions. And his answers are revealing. And you should have a dating strategy, and you should be purposeful and intentional if you truly ever want to get to emotional intimacy and love. See, once you have sex with a man, his curiosity is satisfied. His curiosity is satisfied. And so now you're in a competition to keep his attention. Now you're competing with the other vagina. You competing with the baby mama. You competing with the this one and the that one, or all the ones that you don't even know about because you haven't asked. You are functioning from a female mindset. I met him online. I met him on Facebook. He said he's single. He took me out twice. He texts me in the morning. He texts me at night. We're having sex. He's single. And then all of a sudden, his attention starts to drift. And you wonder, where is this relationship going? It could be even 3 months, 6 months. You've been having sex with him and you think you're in a relationship, but now you're uncomfortable even asking relationship questions. Are we in a relationship? You don't have a title. He won't post you. He hasn't updated his status. You're kind of hidden, but not hidden. You don't know where it stands. You have feelings for him. You don't know if he has feelings for you. Y'all are kicking it. Y'all are just chilling. And now you're confused. Just confused. We don't have a dating strategy, we don't have a plan, and we don't have relationship goals. Who wants to be married? So if you want to be married, in what time frame would you like to be married? 2 years, a year, 3 years, it doesn't matter. But if you want to be married, then the first thing you have to do is you have to establish your relationship goals, and then you have to have a conversation about what his relationship goals are. Because you're marriage minded and you're dating a man that's not able, willing, capable, or ready to be married. But you start having sex with him 30 days in, not knowing he wasn't ready, willing, able, or capable of being married. You didn't ask him that question. He's all up inside of you. Y'all butt booty naked in the bed. He's banging your head against the headboard, but you haven't asked him what his relationship goals are. You want to be married. You laying down with a man who is nowhere near wanting to be married. So what he's 40? So what he's 35? It doesn't mean he's ready to settle down. And so one of the questions in the book is what are your relationship goals? Now, let me tell you something. A man is going to answer this question based on how he's seeing you. I know y'all have heard men know right away if you're wifey material. They know right away if you are somebody that they want to be with. When you ask these questions, his answer is going to be based upon how he sees you. Now, you ask a man, what are your relationship goals? Oh, I'm just kicking it. Let's just see where this goes. Oh, I'm just chilling. I'm not ready for anything serious. Now, you say you're ready for something serious and you want to settle down, but you laying up in the bed with Joe Blow, right? You laying up in the bed with Joe Blow. You laying up in the bed with F-boy, Fred boy. Let's call him Fred boy. You laying up in the bed with Fred boy. And Fred boy is not good. He knows he's not going to ever marry somebody like you. And so he says, oh, I'm just kicking it. Oh, I'm just chilling. Let's just see where it goes. And you guys are falling for that. You're falling for that. F-boy, Fred boy doesn't want you. You look at his life and see he's not ready, willing, able, or capable to be a husband. And here's the saddest part. You're sharing the power to get life not only with a man that's not ready, willing, or able, capable of being a husband. He's not ready, willing, or able, capable of being a father. 72 to 75% of black children are being born out of wedlock because we keep laying down with Fred Boy and sharing the power to create life with men who are planting seed in you, but have no desire to create a life with you. That man don't want to create a life with you. If he wanted to create a life with you, he would marry you. He don't want to create a life with you. He made you pregnant and it wasn't intentional because he didn't have any intention of creating a life with you. It was an accident. 48% of our children are being raised below the poverty level. Honey, I researched this thing out. It is an economic issue. It is a community issue. It is a foundational issue. 70% of black women are head of household. And people say, why is this black women who want more? Because, sister, from another mother, our issues are different than your issues. We don't have the same problems over here that y'all have over there. We got some different stuff going on that we have to address. Well, ladies, we are the temple. Life is created inside of us. Now, I'm going a little bit deeper than the book, and that's okay. But I want to give away 50 copies of this book. Hey, Nancy, I want to give away 50 copies of this book. Because if we want to establish emotional intimacy and an emotional connection with a man, we're going to have to draw him into that. Write this down. A man's emotions take time to catch up with his erection. A man's emotions take time to catch up with his erection. Did y'all catch that? I just threw something out there. You're not giving his emotion time to catch up with Willie. Willie wants you, but his heart doesn't desire you. That man doesn't desire you. He just wants you because Willie wants you. Man doesn't want you. He desires you in the heat of the passion, in the heat of the moment. And let me tell you something. No man should have any of you until he wants all of you. But you're not even giving a man the time to want all of you. He doesn't even know all of you. He's not even interested in knowing all of you. He doesn't care what books you read. He doesn't care what your dreams are, what your goals are. He cares about how big your booty is, how big your breasts are, and how far you can bend over, because that's the type of stuff he's asking you in the text message. That's the type of stuff he's asking you before he asks you anything else, because he wants to see how quick he can hit it. No man should have any of you until he desires all of you, and you simply aren't giving him the time to do that. Any lies detected? Y'all let me know if I'm lying. Y'all let me, any lies detected? No lies detected. Am I telling the truth about it? And this is what's messing us up. And our daughters, our young girls between the ages of 16 and 22, they real jacked up. Because mama's jacked up. They see how we date. And they're just, all right. Well, there's no love. I don't see my mother experiencing true love and intimacy and being treated well by a man. So I'm going to just go out here and get mine. That's why you hear all these young girls talking about how thick he is and how long he is and what he can do for me in the bed, and judging a man on the size of his penis and how much money he has and all. They're not thinking about love and marriage and having a family because they see that we're not getting it right. We're not doing it right. We're not being courted and nobody bringing us flowers and opening doors and taking us out to nice dinners and spending. They see mama doing it wrong. They don't see mama being treated well and mama having a man that takes care of her and treats her with respect. It's called the top 10 questions to ask a man before you have sex with him. So I am a dating and relationship strategist, okay? And what I'd like to do is I'd like to help women establish relationship goals. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about establishing relationship goals. Honey, you're going to be lonely. You're going to be lonely and you're going to be horny and you got to be good with that. You have to be good with being alone. Be alone or be used. Be alone or be hurt. Be alone and wait and stand on your standards. And that way, the man who deserves you can find you because you won't be in the bed with Fred. You in the bed with Fred, F-boy. And so the man of God that you say that you want can't find you because you laid up with Fred and Lester. Lester represents less. We say we're black women who want more, but we settle for less. So the right man can't find us because our standards are too low. He's not looking down there. He's not coming at you like the way these men are coming at you and you're accepting it. He's not coming at you like that. So you don't recognize him. So I want to give away 50 copies of my book tonight. I'm gonna see if am I telling the truth? Because they're 10 simple questions. I mean, they're so simple. They're so simple, but they spark conversation. And in the book, I tell you what to listen for. I tell you what the answers mean. Because if you're not the right woman for him and he has sensed that immediately, he's not going to tell you that. He's going to have sex with you while simultaneously not being really interested in you. But it takes you too long to find that out. It costs you a vagina and a broken heart and some time to find out he's not really interested in you. Where if you had asked the right questions, you could have found that out with your panties on, that he wasn't interested in you. So you could ask one man, what are your relationship goals? And he says, I'm just chilling, because he's not interested in you. But the woman he meets 2 weeks later, because he sees her as wifey material, she's going to get a different answer. Oh, I'm ready to settle down. I just have never met anybody like you. I have never met anybody with the depth and is as interesting and has themselves together. And now he's smitten. He told you he wanted to just chill, and he told her, I'm ready to settle down, because maybe she has some standards. I mean, he's interested in her. He wasn't interested in you, but you didn't ask. You didn't ask. What are your relationship goals? Honey, you didn't even ask him where he lived. See, it's tax season. There are a lot of homeless men out here. There are a lot of men that are between situations. There are a lot of men looking to leave their wives and looking to be separated from the person that they're with. And they're going from woman's house to woman's house to woman's house. They meet you and treat you nice for 2 weeks, and then they trying to move in. Because they spent the night one night, now they spent the night 2 nights, now they spent the night 3 nights, and you don't even know where they live. The very first question in the book is, where do you live? What is your living situation? And until you see it, you don't sleep with him. Y'all sleeping with men at your house and you don't even know his living situation. He's living with his wife, his baby mama. He's homeless. He just got out of jail. You go on 3 dates with him. Now he's sitting up in your living room. Y'all in the bed together. Now every Friday night it's at your house and you've never even seen his house. You did that. Somebody on this thread did that. I'm not making this up. Y'all did that. You met him at a hotel. You met him online, and then you flew to Houston to see him, and he flew over here to see you, and y'all been in this hotel and that hotel, and you don't even know the man is married. He's homeless. He's living in his mama's basement. You don't even know where the man lives. So many men are homeless. It's tax season. So many men need money. They need help with their situations. Their credit is jacked up. They can't buy a car. They can't do this. They can't do that. You don't know his real situation. You impressed because he's driving a Mercedes and you don't know it's his sister's Mercedes and his sister's on vacation. But you impressed because he picked you up in a Mercedes. The man doesn't even have a car. But because of that empty place inside of you, that thing that you don't have, that empty place that you trying to fill with some man. See, if you had your own cash, you could look past his cash to his character. When you drive a Benz, you don't care what he drives. You don't care that he drives a Benz if you can buy your own. But you guys are looking at cash instead of character because you're looking for what's missing in you in a man. That's why Black Women Who Want More is about being a whole woman, because whole women make smart decisions. You cannot make smart decisions when you are empty, because deception will meet you at the point of your neediness. Whatever you need, if your self-esteem is low, honey, here he comes. And they talk about big girls. This is what they say about big girls. Oh, find you a big girl with 4 kids. Find you somebody with low self-esteem. They are preying on women with low self-esteem. And honey, if your self-esteem is low, here they come. What can I use her for? What can I get from her? There's a big girl with a nice house, and they can sense low self-esteem and low self-worth by what you put up with. What you tolerate tells a man how low your self-esteem is and how much he can get and get away with. So, I would really like to coach everybody. Like, I really just want to call everyone in you and say, girl, who you sleeping with? Why? Let's work it out. And that's what Black Women Who Want More Academy is all about. That's what our new journal is all about. One of the chapters in the journal that I've created, we have 6 professional life coaches, and my part of the journal, I'm the love, sex, dating, and relationship coach. And in my journal, there are 6 modules. And one of my modules is love, sex, and the X. And in that module, I give you an exercise to do. And it's like, write down the names of the last 5 men you slept with, right? And let's examine, because EX, the X means examine. Because you have to examine your part in the pain that your ex caused you. So X is not really about your ex-man or your ex-boyfriend. It's about examine, explain, excuses, expectations. And so this is what it's all about. It's all about looking at all the mistakes that we've made, and we've all made some mistakes. Do you know, I could tell you from my last 5 relationships, going back years, I could tell you why I dated F-boy, why I dated Fred. Well, I dated Fred because I was broke and Fred was buying me stuff. I dated Lester because I just got divorced and I needed validation to feel like I was still attractive and I was still desirable and it was new and I was in pain. So I dated Lester because I wasn't healed from my divorce. I dated Fred because I ain't have any money and it was Christmas and he brought my kids some toys. Come on, ladies, let's be honest. Let's be honest about our part in our pain. And why we let F-boy come around, why we've had all these horrible relationships. And so what I want to do, yes, that's love, sex, and the X. Then one of my modules is woman, you've had 5 husbands. That's for all y'all that say you believers. That's for the women having sex and sleeping around. We're a woman, you've had 5 husbands, and the one you have now is not yours. See, you say you want to be married, And somebody say, have you ever been married? And she told Jesus she had never been married. He said, woman, you've had 5 husbands. The man you sleeping with now is not your husband. And here you are at the well, walking all the way to the well by yourself. Where's that man that you sleeping with? Why you walking all the way down here carrying all this water by yourself? You've had 5 husbands. Sleeping with somebody right now who's not your husband and is not helping you. That's biblical. That's for the church women. That's for the church folks. That's for the women that's believing for a man of God and sleeping around. Uh-oh. Y'all got quiet. So I want to give you, yes, honey, woman, you've had 5 husbands. You've had 5 husbands and still not married. How you had 5 husbands and still not married? Because we give these men husband benefits. We treat them like husbands. They don't give us a ring. They don't give us any security. They don't give us life insurance. They don't give us, and if that's your husband, you cook for him. You sleep with him. He stays up in your house. You help him pay his bills. He drives your car. Women, you have 5 husbands. And so I want to give away 50 copies of this book tonight. And this book is simple, but it's going to help you. In lieu of us having a one-on-one girlfriend-to-girlfriend conversation, because I'm not just a life coach, I'm a girlfriend guide. And we all need those girlfriend guides. And we want you to come out to our events in your city. We're going to play red flags. It's a game we're going to play at our next event. And we're going to have red flags under every chair. And we're going to read some dating scenarios because we're missing some red flags, right? And so we're going to read these dating scenarios, and then we're going to pull out our red flags and wave them, honey. We're going to show you the red flags. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. So I want to give away 50 copies of this book. I'm trying to leave y'all alone. And I want to give 50 copies of this book to our supporters. We need you to support us. We need you to like, tag, share our page. But the first 50 women who go to the top of the page and click become a supporter, and then inbox me your email address. So become a supporter of the page. If you enjoyed this message, share it, like, tag, share, right? So what we want you to do is we want you to go to the top of the page, is up at the top of the page, and we want you to click supporter, and the first 50 women who become a supporter of Black Women Who Want More, I'm going to send you this free ebook. I'm telling you, it is going to help you. It is a #1 Amazon bestseller in the dating and relationship short book category, because it's really a short book. Literally, you can read it tonight. So if F boy is texting you right now, you need to tell him to chill. Like, don't answer him. Like, let him chill for a minute, right? He probably was somebody else anyway. So you want to tell him to wait for a minute. Right? I'm telling you, these men tell you that they're single, but their penis is in a relationship. All these men, their penis is in a relationship. So if you ask him, are you single? And then say, is your penis single? Is your penis seeing somebody? Because viruses have a 90-day incubation period. So let me get nasty with you for a minute. If he was giving oral sex to somebody 3 days ago, and now he's kissing you, and like 98% of adults don't use protection during oral sex. They're not using a dental dam. They're not using condoms, right? And so if these viruses have a 90-day incubation period, and he was just maybe even the night before giving some other woman oral sex, and now he's kissing you, right? Passing on them coochie cooties, tongue to tongue, mouth to mouth, from her vagina to your lips, right? So what's happening is we're not thinking of the effects of not asking the right questions, right? Just the maybe he's using a condom with the other girl, maybe he's not, maybe, but there's somebody, and he's looking for that vaginal transition. He's looking to transition from her vagina to your vagina because all men want a place to park their penis. I'm sorry. All right. So go to the top of the page and become a supporter, right? And the first 50 women who become a supporter, give me your email and I'm going to send you tonight. I'm going to send you that book tonight. Y'all need to read it tonight. It's going to save somebody tonight. Somebody was about to get a text message, a WID or a WIA, and you're going to read this book and you're going to be like NOWAY. WIDNONBUZ. None of your business. I'm Netflix and chilling over here by myself. When you answer these questions, no WID, you answer these questions, and then I'll see you later. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Renee Toppin. They call me Miss More Roses. We are Black Women Who Want More. We are launching BWWM Academy next week. I encourage you to join, become a member, become a supporter, and we will see you getting more because you are beautiful, you are priceless, and you deserve it. Good night.